Aaron, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, manager.
Maybe you first try alerting him because he has been here
Yeah,
since he has moved
yeah,
somewhere now.
I'm sending him
Okay.
a message. Then we start. We are going to start briefly. I'm here with the team.
Okay.
Mm. Uh, okay. Good afternoon once again.
Good
Yes, good
afternoon.
afternoon, Hamza.
All right. Thank you so much for giving all planning to be part of this meeting. I believe we won't take long because I thought we would first have this to act as an inception meeting ahead of a bigger meeting. Basically, trying to look at the same thing. On call with me, I have Simon, who is going to share with us, but then also there is Dan, who is online. We're just with him here. We confirm that he's listening in. Yeah. You're most welcome, manager. You're most welcome, Aaron. So, briefly summarize, I know Simon will share more. It is an inquiry that was made on um, a particular kind of system that basically looks at the process flow in the production department. He shared this earlier around November, December last year. So this is the first meeting that we are coming together to discuss briefly, then we can see how to move forward. Simon suggested a bigger meeting that is scheduled for Wednesday, but I thought we would first look at it as the ICT, probably other members that he suggested, so that we can move into the Wednesday meeting when we already know what is on ground, what it is about, and how we intend to move forward with this particular suggestion. So I welcome you all. Sorry, we did not go into agenda and all that. We thought it would just basically just be a discussion, just be a small discussion. Simon can first share, then we react and conclude. Yes, manager, do we proceed or you want to share something? Aaron, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Just trying to confirm the manager had something to share or we proceed.
I would suggest since he is not responding, maybe he's slightly taken off. Simon can proceed and manager can join us on the way. Maybe if he has something to add, he can also add on joining. Yeah.
Okay. Brief him and then we see how to move forward. Okay. Okay, Simon is joining briefly, then he will come up to share and we'll move. Yes, manager.
Sorry, Hamza, I got some intermittence in my network. I didn't hear what you communicated earlier, just a few, maybe 1 minute back.
Okay.
Maybe, did I miss anything?
No, I briefly shared of this being the first of its kind in regards to the system that Simon is suggesting. He has he's planning to conduct a bigger meeting, bigger than this, on Wednesday next week. But I thought it wise that we would first briefly meet and have a chat about this as the ICT and the technical team. Then we can see we should be in good position to know what to answer. CEO to clearly drive the discussion when it comes to that bit of ICT. So, inquiring if you wanted to say something before he submits.
Okay, are you there with him? Hamza.
Yes, Simon is here, manager.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Simon, we basically want to thank you for the opportunity to share with us your thoughts. Yeah, your thoughts around whatever you're thinking, to ease the process of making sure that at least we can get quicker decisions and all that. One key thing that we need to pay attention to is that we need to, why we also need this kind of interaction is to make sure that for all the systems that we are coming up with, these systems have to be speaking to one another so that we avoid silos of, let's say, one car system is the other side, another car system is this side. So what we call systems integration is very key so that we avoid what we call system fatigue, whereby, let's say, today you tell people you log in into system A using this password. And then you log into system B using another password. Log into system C, you find that in the end, us looking at a strategic kind of systems integration perspective, you find that we shall have harmony whereby all our stakeholders know the systems that we have and use as less passwords as possible. So that is our strategic move. But it is good. We request that you present to us so that we see exactly how you're thinking and all that. Thank you. Hamza, I'm done. I'm done with the submission.
My name is Simon.
But I'm requesting that you speak directly into the mic, so that we don't miss out on anything.
So, good afternoon, team. This is Simon Muine. I'm currently working binding section. And I've been with UPPC for close to 7 years now in the production line. Bring something that can connect all the sections around the production line such that everything becomes digital. I named it a printing and publishing management system, of which it was basically, and the sub-name of this, the production portal has a slide bar. That slide bar is containing a lot of folders from those sections, the way the jobs move, to other like quality control, analytics, there's an admin dashboard, there's an audit trail, and to go fast, I'll talk about the work ticket. In my system, I still have the work ticket system, but I'm using the old format. Yeah, so basically harmonize about the work ticket before anything else comes up. Away from the work ticket, in the costing section folder, I have a lot of other folders inside there, where the costing section is responsible for creating work tickets, reviewing work tickets. Still in that same section, I created a system called the costing
Hamza,
and estimation system.
Hamza and team there. Are we going to project anything?
We had internet problems there. I don't know whether it will come out well.
No, I think it is okay since you're able to speak and we are able to hear you equally. Regarding seeing, we shall be able to see. If you're projecting, are you using video or you want to project something? If you're presenting from a laptop, it will be nice that we see exactly what you're trying to talk about.
So can you help me with the moment? I log in with the laptop
Yes,
because I
yes.
was using Hamza's laptop.
Yeah, Hamza, I request that you share screen, so that we see whatever he's navigating back and forth.
Just a moment.
Manager, can you see our screen now?
Cool. Yes, I can see the screen.
Okay.
Is someone talking? Oh, because I'm not hearing anything. I don't know if it is a network problem from my side.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, Aaron, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, as well as the screen. Manager, do we proceed? Not sure if it is our internet. We are hotspotting, but
Are you able to, for the screen we can see, and yeah, ideally we, even listening to you, I'm able to listen to you.
okay. Okay, let Simon proceed.
Okay.
So this is the screen, and this is the display of what I have of my system. I designed this system using Lovable AI, and I connected it with the back end of a website called Superbase. That's where my back end is hosted. And that's why I'm able to click on all buttons and they can work. So, as I talked about, this is my slide bar. It has all these folders inside here. You can see them well. There's a home page. Home page displays the active production job tables currently on the screen. I have a work ticket system, and this is what I wanted us to talk about since I had you guys doing some work ticket system. So this is where I wanted us to harmonize. My work ticket system is using the old format content, the one that we have currently running operation using. So with that, we shall come back and discuss about that. I have a fault report system. I looked at the way we are doing things manually here. You have to go, they print a requisition book, where again you turn it to a fault report book, and every machine that gets a problem, that's where you start off. You follow up from there, you put it in the book, you register it. So I decided to transfer that system from manual to fault report. And fault report, this is how it displays. Anybody from any section, they can come on that fault report tab and they can create a fault report. Fault report, as it displays, you go choose which section you are. Equipment, it can be optional, but we need to know which equipment. So the equipments are there in the system. I will show you which folder they are in. So you can indicate which equipment and you describe and the fault damage description, operator name optional, then you give it a priority, whether it's medium, high, or any other. So when you submit this fault report, it will be recorded within the system. The way you see this one that we have already. So it is the job of the production manager to give comments. Supervisor first gives comments, then the manager gives comments, then engineering department gives comments, and the issue is resolved, but can be even viewed. This is how it can be viewed. Or anyone can come and view it and they update. If the production managers comment come, they can do their comments and they update the report. So the report can be stored. This part can be still improved if I get guidance from people that I'll meet on Wednesday. But this is so far what I have for the fault reports. And I have equipment status. So equipment status is also a folder where you can add in all machines within the corporation. From each department, from each section, all machines can be added here. From binding machines, from press machines, all. And this is just a view folder, but in every section folder, there's where a section can add in equipments, new equipments the corporation has received, and they will be reflecting in this equipment status folder. Where you see, you can add, if you have a part number or they have engraved the new number for the machine, you can put it there. Then equipment type, it can be a binding machine, it can be a press machine, or anywhere. You can give it a status, whether it is operational, maintenance, offline, idle. Then you can give it utilization percentage, then description as you wish. Then you add that equipment into the system for better following up and knowing which machine do we have if for any purpose of that information. So that's the equipment status folder. We have reports. I put in this folder for reports still for view, but still it is incorporated within all the sections of the production line. So this report section, these reports, it is basically for generating daily reports, monthly reports, and weekly or annually. Like management usually has to make reports every week. So the moment these jobs are inside here and everyone is doing their job from each section, this and that, it helps to generate these reports very quickly by the production manager or by sectional or by anyone who wants to view those reports. And it can be printable. It is in a printable version. You can print any report from any section. So that's the report section. We have analytics. Analytics, it's just an overview of performance of sections, job distribution, job priorities, and statistics, summary statistics. Total jobs, high priority jobs, which number did we have, what is the total equipment, open faults, and on hold jobs. So in the analytics, I added the profit and loss. This just came in my mind just to put it over because it can link with the costing and estimation part, which I have in the costing section. So I think this one can be managerial to help us to know whether we are making profits from what we are costing or we're making losses. So it can guide, but I didn't put in data to show you, but it can reflect when an estimation and costing has been done. So the report can be also printed at the end of the day. So that's the analytics dashboard. I have quality control folder. Quality control, this is basically for the quality team. Here, a quality person can come and add a checkpoint on any job running on the production line. Whichever section it is, they can come and add a checkpoint. Checkpoint, what does it mean? You can come add which job is in the system. Let's say we have marketing brochures. You come and say, where do I have to add a checkpoint? Let's say press and checkpoint, what is the problem? So it has a drop down, the zinc density check, quality accuracy, color accuracy, print registration, and others. So it is upon the quality person to put in what they have discovered on the floor according to that section. Let's say ink density check. Then the person who was checked for the quality part, he has to put his or her name and then create a checkpoint. So immediately you create a checkpoint, it is upon that same person to come and to approve or pass whatever happened by that job. You can come add notes, you can add reasons why you have rejected it. So it's either you can pass the job or reject the job. So this part is for accountability purposes, that the quality team knew about this job, so they rejected or they passed this job at the end of the day. I have another folder inside there called corrective actions. So this one just displays which job was rejected, which job is in rework, which job is rechecked, which job is verified. So this is just a display to show. Then there's quality control analytics, how their performance has been. Check which job failed, which passed. Section performance, this section perform, failures, what you discover in this and that. So job quality can still give that this job came out with this percentage to a better
Sorry, some issues with our internet. Aaron, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you, Hamza.
Okay, manager. Okay, let's proceed. Sorry, we got some issues with that.
Okay, this is Simon still. I was finishing up with the quality control and going for the maintenance folder. Maintenance folder has this display, and here we are responsible for scheduling maintenance for all machines. So they should be in the system such that if anyone logs in, they can easily see that this machine is under maintenance, so this machine has been scheduled for this and that and this and that. So how does this work? I connected it with the engineering section and this is this display. So anyone in the engineering who is going to do preventive maintenance, they have to come, check in, and see how they create the schedule. So you come select the equipment if it is there, then which task, what is the frequency, estimated duration, assign to technician name, spare parts required, and then you come and create a schedule for a machine. So if you create that schedule, it is evidence that that schedule has to be followed for proper maintenance. And we have analytics there to see what was completed, which task was done, and tasks by frequency, there's task by equipment section. So that's the maintenance and preventive maintenance folder. And it's still under also review. We can see what we can add in for the betterment of the system. I have artwork folder still. Artwork folder, it is still under my review. I've not got exactly what I wanted to do, but so far this is how best I've come up with it. You can upload artwork in the system. Why did I create artwork management? I wanted to create this such that it can link with the customer directly. They can see that their artwork is under review, it is approved, needs revision, delays, something like that. But with your guidance, manager, we can still improve this to see how it can benefit between the client and the company, such that we are in line with the client. Anytime they can see and check to see how their work is progressing, things like that. So away from the artwork, there's what I termed as job tracking. Job tracking is all these folders in the job tracking, they are basically for accountability purposes. What delayed when, why did this happen, what happened when this happened like this. So basically, job tracking was for accountability purposes, such that everyone can be accountable for what they do on the system. So we have the production board, just displays what job is in which section, what is the status, and ABC. Just that. So it can be slided for all other sections because they were displayed. If we go for job journey, it can show you how the job moved from where to where up to where. So let's say we go for this brochures of Ministry of Finance. So it will show you section activity. What did the press do? Did the press have any delays? What did post press do? Did typesetting complete? Did typesetting start? Did the press dispatch? Did the design complete? ABCD as these were examples I was trying to test the system. So this is how the job journey can work. You have visual time still in the job journey. visual time, it shows what time a job was dispatched. Now, like press, it shows that it was dispatched to post press, so it can show you what date, what time, and did they receive it, ABCD. But all this can be further improved to our target or to our understanding or the way we want it to work for us. So still we have a job summary. Job summary, you can check on who to send those emails for all the job tracked. So you can enter the email, which reports do you want to send, are they daily, weekly, then generate a report and want to make this that it can send the email to any recipient who has to receive those emails such that they can track what happened when questions arise on a certain job or on any issue that happened. Away from job journey, there's delay analysis. So delay analysis displays the total delays everywhere, unresolved, resolved, impact hours, things like that. So it is represented by a pie chart, display of a bar graph, and down here. So how does this work? The delay analysis only shows which section had a delay somewhere. If that section reported that delay somewhere, and in those sections, there's a delay button. If you have a job delay somewhere where the materials are not there, the client is ABCD, it is upon you to initiate that button such that you are accountable at time A. When they ask, why have you delayed this job? You're already notified that there is a delay somewhere. So those notification of delays, they will be coming in the delay analysis. And who has to resolve? I think it should be the production manager to resolve all those problems that sections face and they notify. So it will be displaying unresolved problems and resolved problems. So it is easier, you can mark resolved and it goes. So when it is marked resolved, it disappears the way you see. Then the unresolved, there's nothing. So this is upon to be the PPM's work to always resolve these delays when they happen. And if the section is notifying that there is a delay. So away from the delay analysis, I have pending acts. Pending acts is basically for handovers, the way you see pending acknowledgements, accountability logs, export records. So for pending acknowledgements, this is basically working with handing over a job. If press finishes a job, it has to initiate a handover or a dispatch to the binding section. So they dispatch to binding. And I would like that, because the system has no notification to notify someone that a job has been dispatched to your section, it is better to follow up with a call always that, hey, I've dispatched a job, you receive it, you acknowledge it. So pending acts has pending acknowledgements. So this always shows that who dispatched a job at which time, why is it waiting that it has not been dispatched. So accountability logs, still, they will show you that press had a delay somewhere by this date and by this time. So if they added notes, they will be also showing notes. So this is also for accountability. And then the accountability folder, still, it has jobs displayed. You can come and click on any job. You will see delayed issues, status, what is the progress. So it is also having a trail of what happened when. Did press dispatch, did the post press receive, did typesetting complete, things like that. So this can be think about and we can do something to improve this part also if this is not that good. So job tracking is basically for accountability purposes. And that's why I included it there. So when I come to sections, I have a display of these sections. There is production manager's office, there's registry, there's costing, there's typesetting, there's design, there's digital section, there's graphics, stroke CTP, there's press, there's post-press, there's stores, there's engineering. So why did I put the production manager's office? Production manager's office, from my work ticket, the old version of the one we are using currently, is the job of the production manager to approve the work ticket that has come from the costing section. So that's why we see work tickets here. So when work ticket is created, it will have to be displayed here. When it displays, it is upon the production manager to acknowledge it. When they acknowledge, they shall even put it there that they can add on a date that they have acknowledged it at this time, or the system can create a date. So that's one of the works for the production manager to do within the system. Material requisition. This system has a system of requisitioning online because we have been having a manual system of a requisition book. You have to move it, take it to the production manager for approval, authorization, things like that. So in this system, I incorporated in a stores management system where we can requisition via or in the system. Just make a call and tell them that I've initiated my requisition of such and such a thing. So please approve it, and I come and proceed and get the material. So here it is the material requisition where the production manager has to approve that requisition book. I use the old format of the requisition book, but still we can see how better we can form another one that is easier, that doesn't need a lot of bureaucracies for somebody to get something they want in the stores. And the historical part is where they acknowledge the work tickets or decide for the materials. So that's the production manager's office. That's what basically he or she has to do. I have a registry section. Registry section is not under production anywhere in any structure. But why did I put in registry section is to make a centralization of all jobs that are going to be input in the system pass through the registry section. Why? This helps for accountability purposes at the end of the day. There's no way you can do a job on the workflow before it is registered in the register section. So this will let us track jobs and give even the register section more jobs to do, more work to do. Because currently there are some jobs that are on the workflow, but they are not in the registry book. They are not registered anywhere. So I would love to make a registry a one-stop center for entering all jobs into the system. When they enter that job, then it goes to costing for costing and ABCD estimating, what. Then it can proceed or it can be dispatched to other sections. So that's the purpose why I entered registry section for better tracking of which job is which level. And also, it is better if the registry section enters this job, you cannot bring any job on the workflow to be done because it is not in the system. But the moment the registry section enters that job and you see it in the system, you can work on it. You can limit this business of sending emails that work for me this, because that's the current system which is there. If you want a job to be printed before even it passes the registry, you can just send an email to the person printing. You copy the production manager, copy all the parties that need to be in a know, then the job prints. Then the job is printed or it is moved on other levels. But for the register section, I would love that we make it that, and it is only the one receiving all jobs. Even if costing receives, they have to first register it with the register section, then register enters it in the what? In the system. That's why there's I add new job tab here, on the registry, so the registry can put a number, title, what is the title job, what is the client, what is the status, what is the priority, then deadline. So then other sections. From registry, I have costing. So the costing section, I also left a add new job tab because I had not thought about the registry section first, but later I thought about it. So at a later time, we can remove this new view from the costing section such that it is only the responsibility of the registry section to add in jobs. So the registry section, the costing section has this display. And it has folders inside. There's job, there's incoming job, there's work ticket, there's estimation and costing, there's a RIM calculator, there's a review tickets, there is a requisition, and there's reports. So when I come on jobs, these are the jobs that have entered through the system. They will be displayed here by the registry section. They will be displayed. And I wanted such that when incoming jobs come, they have to be displayed here by a form of a notification. But that feature failed me. I don't know how to make it, but with your help, I think we shall get it. So incoming jobs, I wanted them to be displayed here always and for acknowledgement. So when the register section puts in a job in a system, all sections will be receiving that job in the incoming jobs because those sections have this incoming job folder. So for better acknowledgement of what this folder has to be there, and this is where the jobs will be displayed. But currently, some sections are not displaying. I don't know how we can do that within the codes, but some are displaying, some are not displaying. So that's the incoming job. Work tickets. This is where we create the work tickets. So this is where I have this new tab of new work ticket, and it is only the costing section supposed to create. And when you click on it, this is how it displays. It is the old format with features of assigning, staff assignment, the way the production manager wants it, because it was a new initiative of assigning people jobs. So this is how I did it. Project head, you can type in assisted. We can add in even other things where the production manager would want it. I have basic information the way it is on the old work ticket. So this is how it is. It is not capturing all the information on the old worker ticket, but this is basically what is needed according to me. But we shall look through it and see how we can improve or see how we look. So this is how it goes up and down. So this is the job of the costing person to fill in these details. So after they have filled in all the details, they can create the work ticket. So when they create the work ticket, it will be displayed here. So it can be viewed, but non-edited, but in other sections, it can be viewed. Just viewing, but in posting, of course, is the person who is creating. So I added in a tab for deleting. They can delete if they mess up somewhere, they can delete that work ticket. So that's the work ticket. I have an estimation. I thought about all along we have been costing some of the jobs, and some of the jobs high. And at the end of the day, it looks to be affecting the corporation in terms of profits. So I was of the view that I add in this system within the costing system, the costing section. So this is how it works. When you come, you can add in an estimate. So this is the display. My costing and estimation system is basically for materials, labor, machinery, pricing, and summary. So in the materials, it is the job of the estimator to come, check through, choose what type of paper they want, what is the size, what is the rim quantity, then they put the unit cost. When they put the unit cost, the figures will be displayed there. It's just drop downs and some figures. So in currencies, I also added in the dollar, I added in a British pound, the Ugandan shilling, a euro, a Kenyan shilling, the Tanzanian shilling. So since we're in Uganda and most of our costs are in Ugandan shillings, we can do Ugandan shillings. So whatever cost you put in, so total paper cost, so the figure here will be in Ugandan shillings. And ink costs, so it is upon the costing person to know the quantities and the prices of what is needed. So they will just come and put in where drop downs need to be. The drop downs are there. So things like that. There's plate costs, there's chemical costs, binding material costs, packaging costs, then other materials if you have them. So I have a Western spoilage margin. So this is industrial standard. It is also percentage wise. So this is basically for papers. You can put in and you cost even for the waste that will be caused at the end of the day. Because when you're printing, you create some waste. So this can also be done. You can also put in these figures or percentages such that at the end of the day, when you put in your figures, material subtotal, inclusive cost, it will give you the figure. And you are able to save it. So when you save it, so basically you've costed the materials. But still we have labor. In our only costing system, I don't think we calculate labor anywhere. But in this system, I included that we assume that each job that is coming to any section within the production line, it can be costed. So for example, like design, you can put in hours. What time is this job going to spend in design? And what is the rate hour? So you can rate it according to how you see things move. Then we have typesetting, we have pre-press, we have press operations, we have finishing stroke binding. Then it will give you a subtotal, whatever you've posted. Then you save those estimates. So this one is basically for costing and estimating, which I love to take through the costing section to show them how it can be useful to them to limit the manual work. This has not been calculated. We forgot this, we forgot that. So this one can guide you that which material have I forgotten. If I've costed ink, if I've costed plates, if I've costed chemicals, what other materials have I forgotten? Then you can put in other materials, you can put in a miscellaneous figure for other materials such that you trap everything that could be left out. So that's materials, that's labor. So the machinery part, you still have to cost machinery setup, machinery running cost, number of impressions you expect to be printed, then what is the rate per impression. So it will be giving you a figure. That figure can be saved. We have pricing. Pricing, we have overhead and profit margins. Overhead, they're all percentages. So it is up to the person costing to determine which percentage do they want on which job. Overheads, this one is having 15. Profit margin is 20. You can reduce it up to 10. We have VAT calculation, 18%, which is standard. So we have the market comparison, quoted price. You may have quoted the wrong price. So when you quote a wrong price to the client, after you finalize and you put your price here that you quoted to the client, and you've got a bigger price or a bigger figure from what you quoted to the client, the system will have to show you that you messed up here, profit margin is 0, you're under loss. So competitor price, if known, you can put it there. Market rate, what on this job? Market rate means at this job to print this book of 5 pages, what is the market rate? How much can they print it outside? So you can put it there for better comparison of the figure you get. Notes and terms, you can add in notes and terms, assumptions, exclusions, then so the summary will be brought up like this. Click on the summary. Give you a subtotal, material subtotal, labor subtotal, machine subtotal. So the base cost will be included, overhead, profit, VAT. Then you'll be getting a total price or a total cost of what you, of the job you have posted. The total cost will be coming here. So your unit price will be here that I'm selling this at this. My profit margin, if you have calculated and you were in a loss, it will show a negative. If you have calculated and you're in a profit, it will show you a positive part or positive. So it will give you even a break-even point. Know that I'm at 0, I'm at 1. What is the break-even? Was I yet to fall into a loss? Was I yet to fall into high profits? So it will be guiding here. So then you save your estimates. So after you save your estimates, they will be displayed here. So this figure that you have estimated, that's the figure that goes to the work ticket part where there's estimated cost. This part. So then you continue. Because why do we make a work ticket is to follow up clients' needs, clients, or what the clients wants to be, his job to look like, or what he wants to, like, then the costs of how was this costed, how was this costed, yeah, things like that. So that's the estimation and costing folder in the costing section. I have a rim calculator. I wanted to put this rim calculator within the estimate and costing, but I thought it better that I can put it also in another folder. So this one helps you to calculate the number of rims that you need to work on a particular job. So they also have spoilage allowances and wastage allowances, same as the one that are in the estimation. So you can ignore this while costing, or ignore the one of the what of the rim calculator, those allowances. So after you get the number of rims, so you can come back and put them in the, when you're costing, and come and put them there, and you know that I need these rims, and this is the quantity. This is where you put the quantity of rims. After you've known that this is the exact rims I want, because even that has been a problem, calculating how many rims this job is needed to get finished. So I added in that for betterment of our costing part. Review work tickets. Still in the costing section, they can review without going to the worker tickets itself, work ticket folder. They can review what they have done. That button. Still, you can acknowledge as a costing section person, or you can ignore it. Requisition, because why did I put in requisition in the costing section? Because we usually in the manual system, we have to come back to the costing to sign for us in the requisition. That's why I put it there. So basically, requisitions folder, it is just for approving the work, the requisition materials in the stores. So I put it here. So reports. This one displays generally what jobs the costing system has worked on, what jobs has it indicated it has completed, what jobs has it indicated in progress or pending. And costing performance overview will be displayed here. Costing status distribution by pie chart, it will be displayed there. Completion rate, it will show that jobs have been completed up to this percentage. So reports, you can check yourself, daily reports, weekly reports, Since here we want weekly reports for management purposes. If you have jobs there and you've worked on them, they will be displayed. And it can also be printed out for management purposes or for anything. So that's the posting section where it has all that. If I go for another section,
Manager, kindly confirm if you can still hear us.
Yes, Hamza, I can hear. I can hear perfectly.
Okay. We just wanted to confirm. You know. Okay. Okay, Jeff. Thank you very much. Let us proceed. We just wanted to confirm if Simon can still go ahead and finalize. Then we can.
Okay, so as we proceed, we have still other sections. We have typesetting, we have design. So when we check in typesetting, we shall remove this add new job, since I had communicated that I would love all jobs to pass through the register section. So this is the display of the typesetting. Still incoming jobs will be there, work tickets. So this is where the work ticket is displayed. Each section has a work ticket folder, and that's where all work tickets will be displayed. So whoever is responsible for that work ticket, they will have to acknowledge. And when they acknowledge, they can still view the details of the work ticket the way we view the details of the work ticket physically. So they will have to view, just view, because they can't edit it. and they have to acknowledge if it is passing through their section, they will have to acknowledge, and this acknowledgement will help in job tracking purposes and accountability. That this person saw this worker ticket, they acknowledged it, they also. So we limit this business of I did see this work ticket, I did what. But all this has to be followed up with always calls and meetings and so on, because the system can't work by itself always. Somebody has to be following up this and that, but everything can be within the system. So completed jobs will be displayed here. Requisitioning, still, this is a requisitioning materials you can initiate, because typesetting has a printer, they can requisition machines. So this is how a requisition system works. So they will come here, put in a job number, material description, quantity, agency, then add the notes if they need to be there. Then you submit. So the moment you submit this requisition, it will go and display in the stores folder. We shall reach there, I'll show you what I mean by that. So that is the requisitioning system within the system also. So there is reports. Reports are any job that has been done, it will be displayed. It will have to be displayed. So I've selected annual jobs that the typesetting has been doing, and they complete, or they show the status. Depending, it can show in progress, it can get so something like that, and it can be printable at the end of the day. Printable at the end of the day. This is how it displays. So this is the report part. Equipment, this is the equipment I was talking about. That each section that receives machines, you can add in, because there's an add in equipment button here. You can put in the number, equipment name, equipment type, is it a press, something like that. So these ones we shall have to add in more drop downs to people to select what they want. Then initial status, is it operational? Then utilization, so you add in an equipment. So this equipment will have to come and be displayed in the equipment status folder somewhere. So I want us to make it that we shall make folders for each section. That binding machines are going to be displayed here. Press machines are going to be displayed here. Typesetting, design machines, ABCD, something. So that one we shall look at it when we are finalizing the system. Those are some of the things I wanted to look at to add in or to work with the ICT team. So we have design, I'll skip design, I'll skip digital, I'll skip graphics, I'll skip press, then I'll go to post press. Still, these other sections, they have the same features, but others. So when I go to post press, still it has a add new job, but this can be removed anytime. So what was I meaning by the delay analysis in the job tracking? If a job is displayed in the post press, there's a delay button. So the moment you click on this delay button, it will tell you which reason. So you may say stores materials are not there, you add in description, and you can ask the expected resolution date. So when you report this delay, a pop-up will come here on this section. On the pop-up will come up there showing a delay. So the moment you initiate that delay, it will come and be displayed in the delay analysis for accountability purposes, such that a manager can come on the system and they know Postgres is having a problem. When they check in the delay analysis, they will see that Postgres has a problem because store materials are not there. So things like that. That was my purpose of so that's how the delay works. And the dispatch, the way you see the dispatch is the one I was talking about. This will need to be implemented on every section. Some sections have currently, some don't. So this needs to be put there. And dispatch to any section. Let's say it's going to stores, then you add in the quantity of what you're dispatching, dispatch notes, then you dispatch the job. So after Postpress has finished the job, it has to dispatch to another section. The way other sections will be doing dispatch to other sections for other processes. So Postpress has to dispatch, and it has to dispatch to stores. Yes. It has incoming jobs folders, still other sections, it has work tickets. Still, this is where work tickets are displayed and you have to acknowledge that you've received. It has completed jobs, it can display position, you have to request for materials you want. It has reports, still has reports, they are printable, still has equipment. You add in an equipment you want to be displayed, management has purchased. So I think that's Postpress. That's enough for that. Then I'll go for stores. Stores has a display like this. There's dispatched jobs, there's material requisition, then there's work ticket. So this is still the way other sections view this worker ticket is still viewed in the stores for view purposes. So because the stores, when they are requisitioning the quantity of whatever they want to requisition on the work ticket, they need to view the work ticket. So when binding dispatches a job to stores, when they are finished, they are communicating to them to come and pick the job. Dispatch and that job will be displayed. So when it is displayed, it is upon the stores to receive which quantity have you received. If you inject, you can inject. So it will be displayed here also. These ones were received, stores received. So this one will also be in the accountability purposes that stores received this job, and that job, this time and this time, because it shows even the date, show from which section. Material requisitioning, because stores is the one that gives out materials, you will still have to, whatever your requisition will be displayed here. When it is displayed, this is when the stores person will know that, oh, this person needs, Postpress needs these materials, this quantity, it is urgent, and something like this and this. So they will come here, view, and they can approve or sign. This is where they sign stores. This is approved by posting. That's why the requisitioning is in posting. This is authorized by a production manager. That's why the production manager has a requisition in their folder. Requested by, this is the requesting department or section. Received by, it is received by the person. So this is displayed, and it can be printable for any review on any job. So that's it. And we have our engineering section works in line with the preventive maintenance. This preventive maintenance. So when the engineering person clicks on their dashboard, they will have to be in line to get fault reports, because when you initiate a fault report, be displayed in the fault report folder, but still it will be active in the engineering section for follow-up and for comments or recommendations or anything. So they will be able to update that they solved, they did what, they rectified, they did what, ABCD. So when they update, it will still go up in the fault reports folder. So it can be also printable for better review that this job happened, this was done. Yeah, so admin dashboard. Admin dashboard is having this display. User management, you can add in users to the system, and you have customer management. So customer management, I wanted to link the customer. This is where the linking of the artwork and the customer management, I want it to work together, because artwork is open unless you drop there any artwork or something. So by your guidance, I want us to see how we improve the artwork management folder and the customer management system. Customer management system, you add in a customer, you add in a company name, company contact name, email, password, phone. So this email we add here, I want it such that the moment you add in this email and you create a customer, an email is sent for a link for them to view a job somewhere or to track their job, and that's in the artwork management part. But I have failed to achieve that. But with your help, we shall see how we achieve that. So there's also report recipient. Report recipient also works with who has to receive reports. Can add in a company email, the way we see there's a company email that receives reports. So when we add it there, we can choose report type. Is it weekly? Is it what? Then every time those reports just go there. So basically that's my system, and that's how far I've tried to build it. For starters, I'm using Lovable AI to build this system, and I've been using free credits. So that's why it has taken me a long time to complete it. And every time I put in a new feature, when the credits get over, again, I have a new feature in the head. But I have to wait for a new month to get new credits such that I add in other features. That's why it has taken me close to 4 months or 5 months now trying to build this. So I hand over to Saka. That's my presentation. Okay.
Using his phone. He had signed in using his phone, but he told me that it was also his battery was warning. So I think that's why we just. But I do believe that. Yeah, right now, I'll open the floor for discussion and reaction, and then we'll see how we are going to move forward with this. I personally would have loved to get a reaction. And then also, I wanted us to discuss the operation part, like he had shared earlier on, so that we see how we are going to move forward in that regard. Manager, do you wish to come in at this point, or anyone that would love to give a reaction?
Okay, thank you so much, Hamza, and the gentleman for the wonderful presentation. The system has a lot of detail.
Yes.
Yeah, but I would love to first hear from other members. An example, Jeff, I don't know whether Jeff is on call.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I would love to first hear from Jeff, Aaron, and then I come in with my observations.
Okay, okay, manager. Okay, Aaron is back. Yes, Aaron, you're most welcome. We lost you midway, but Simon was basically trying to go through all the different folders, like he calls them, all different sections from the sidebar, but basically went through all. So we are trying to get some sort of reaction, and then we can see how to summarize this off. Aaron, in case you have any reaction, or Mr. Jeff, in case you have anything, please feel free to come through.
All right. This is Aaron. I just want to submit because I'm having difficulties. Like my power here is disturbing, just off and on. Yeah, I feel maybe I should first make my submission in case it goes off. That will be maybe after me making my submission.
Yes, please. You can proceed.
I've really followed this. I really appreciate the creativity, and I love the functionalities I'm seeing.
Yeah, Aaron.
Yes, please.
Let me just share something small. For purposes of understanding, I don't know if you were present when Simon was submitting the last bit. He did share that he's developed this using Lovable AI, using the free credits they give, and he's been doing it on a monthly basis. He gets an idea, then after after a month, you get credits that you can use to develop for free. So I just wanted to re-echo that for your consumption, and then also for your understanding as maybe you're submitting.
It's okay.
Yeah, you can proceed.
Yeah, I think Simon has already, he has already told me that the functionalities look they don't look good. That's a good job done. Now I'm not going to submit like in a technical perspective or in a developer perspective, and then someone who has used AI. One, if this system is to be used, if the motive for development the system is to be used, then technically that is going to be a big task. But if it is for learning purpose, it is good because first of all, this I don't know the code where it has been kept, because I'm seeing the link is already pointing to Lovable. And then this is now helping deployment wise. I don't know where the code has been kept. And then there's this technical issues that we face in deployment, whereby you first build the code. You build the code. And then you find most cases that while building the code fails. Then a point will now come where you first have to understand your code to fix the build error. This usually comes when you generate like codes on AI. You get? On deployment, usually I'm submitting this because I know he inboxed me yesterday. He said his problem will now come in the deployment aspect. That's why I'm mostly in that side. So like understanding the code really makes more sense. That's usually when many people, like even some of my friends, who are doing civil, when they contact me, I always first tell them, you first understand the basics of the language. After understanding the basics of the language, then you can now proceed to coding using AI. By then, somehow you'll try to understand what the AI is doing. This one will help in our deployment. And then also future updates. You get. After here, you might present and they say you add this, you remove this functionality, we need this, you adjust that one, you go and make some database configurations, you change that link to point this way. Usually, people who just use AI to code finds it difficult, like they lack that small technical know-how to handle this. You get. I'm just saying this because it's going to be somehow hard in the deployment side. But the functionalities, they are good. Yeah, the UI, the user interface is also good. And what I also want to know is, since I'm seeing everything like on the same page, like if you see the sidebar, I'm seeing everything from production, I'm seeing costing also, like everything is on the same page. Now, I'm trying to ask if I just log in. I'm from ICT department, I just log in. Will I be seeing everything like that I'm seeing? Or maybe you're still going to proceed, maybe adding the login logics behind after this. But I really appreciate, and personally, I've also learned a lot from this, since I'm also behind the development of the current one. I've learned a lot, and then yeah, thanks for this. This is really a great job done. That is only what I can submit now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Aaron, for the submission. And Simon wants to chip in to respond to something.
Thank you, Aaron, for your comments. About logging in, this is where I wanted to engage in the ICT team. I wanted each section to be having a login detail such that they only see their folder, or any other thing that we see needs to be seen by that folder, right? And basically what I wanted and why I engaged the ICT team at this point is I have four issues that that's why I engaged the ICT team on how to deploy first. That's number one. Then number two, rectification of some code errors, because you know when you're using AI, you will get errors whether you want it or not. But me, I'm not a developer anywhere. I'm just a student of AI. I love AI. That's why I try to use this. I'm an electrical engineer. I've never done coding anywhere. So that's why I came for help in the ICT team. And I talked about login details for access for different sections. So they don't need to see anything. They don't need to see anything apart from what we see that needs to be seen by them. Then also on together and the way forward on the work ticket. Yeah, those were my main points on why I came to ask for help in the ICT team. I think I've answered about the login details. Yeah. Thank you.
Can I say something?
Okay. Yes, please proceed.
Yeah, for logging in, I see you're using Supabase. Like from what you told me yesterday, Supabase is just like a framework. It's just framework for those other database like Postgres, MySQL, that one. They already have like fixed login styles, like the one you just used right now. Supabase, like it has a specific way of configuring it. You get. Now, I don't know, and then the challenge will now be for you to try to configure it so that every user is pointed to whatever page they're supposed to see. You get. I don't know what you're going to do, but as long as you're using Supabase, Supabase has that that framework, like an already built code, like for logging in, it has that specific code for like all the APIs, like for accessing the various database to retrieve data. Supabase already has everything like built in. So for this one, I don't know, because I'm also not so much into Supabase, because I'm much in Postgres. Yeah. Yes, please.
So for purposes of clearly, you know, what so it's like we are trying.
Hamza, I'm not getting you well.
So from your submission,
Yes, please.
does that confirm that Supabase is like already predefined or predetermined with the the logins and the access parameters that are written there? And then the challenge, okay, not a challenge, but the job will be on how to integrate it a bit or change it a bit so that each user only logs into the page and we see how to move forward.
Yeah, like I said, that's what I know about Supabase. But I also said I'm not so much into it. Maybe there's also another way that one now needs some more research. You get? Yeah, but by default they have that built-in features already. You get? That's why Lovable is just trying to connect directly to it. Yeah. Otherwise, it first needs some more research. Maybe there's another way to add others. You get? Yeah.
Because when I tried to add in those logins by a command or a prompt from Lovable, it showed an error.
Yeah. Those are the technical challenges you should be ready for.
Thank you so much. I would love to kindly invite Mr. Jeff to share briefly.
Thank you, Saka. Yeah, for this meeting. Thank you, Aaron, for the submission. Greetings to manager and everyone. Hey, Simon. Yeah, thank you so much for this. I strongly believe there's a reason as to why you decided to move into this and decided to give it all your time to make sure that it works out. Yeah, I came in a little bit late. To get quite a number of things, and I do appreciate all your efforts into this. And it's a very good, it's a very good attempt on my side. I tried to. There's a time when you were displaying the photo report. Then the engineer, when an engineer works on the fault and resolves it, then it marks it green. But there was no any area where a user acknowledges that the fault has been resolved. Then on selecting a job, when you're selecting the paper type and something, I thought that paper is most of the times determined by the machine that is going to be used. Then somewhere in the flow, I think there will be need of streamlining the flow of the system such that it flows very well, so that we avoid back and forth, things of going back, going forward like that. I think proper streamlining will be required to make sure that it flows smoothly. Then on the technical side, I'm not that much into programming. A lot, like I told you, I was programmed way back, even before AI. I less programmed when frameworks had just come in. So Aaron attempted that, but apart from that, I do appreciate your efforts and thanks for the presentation. It's something good and something you can continue working with because we like it or not. AI, it's here to stay, and we have to welcome it and learn on how to live with AI. Because in me personally now, there are some courses I'm taking on in AI, and it's quite interesting. So thank you so much. I would like to submit. Saka.
Yes, Jeff, I can hear you.
Where's the rest of the team? Haven't had Chimera, Sam, who?
No, the rest of the team sent in apologies. They were to be part of it, but unfortunately, they got taken up by something. Yes.
That was unfortunate because these are some of the things that they shouldn't miss.
Yes.
There are things that they need that whenever we have something like this, they always have to be on board because we always have a lot to learn. Because this Simon coming up with this, it's also a challenge to us as the IT team.
True.
And still we have a lot to learn from it on how far he has gone and how he came up with this idea. So it contributes a lot on our side in our field. Okay, thank you so much. I submit.
Yeah.
Jeff, thank you for your comments. I really appreciate because I first talked with you yesterday. You gave me Aaron. So this is where we are now. You talked about the fault report matter. I was trying to follow up the old system. Whatever is here, I'm trying to follow up the old system, how we have been doing the things manually. And when you look at our fault report book, the moment you initiate in a fault, you write, you follow up. It is upon the engineers to rectify that problem. So I don't need to click anywhere or to show anywhere that I have the machine has been worked on. But we can improve that if we see we need to work our standards or to any way we want it to work. That's good. The streamlining of the flow. This was for, I think, going back and forth. It was for emphasizement. I think. I'm sorry for that, going back and forth, but I was trying to show or emphasize something. But still, we can look through the system and we see how we can arrange it better. Thank you, Jeff.
Jeff, thank you. Thank you so much for the submission. And it means a lot to ensuring that this yields results and we achieve the intended objective. Yes, Manager
Hamza.
Juma. Yes,
Hamza,
Manager.
kindly help me.
Yes.
If Jeff can summarize for me what he has submitted, I had some bit of intermittence in the network.
Okay. Jeff, would you love to briefly summarize for Manager? We are having some internet challenges inside.
No worries.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Manager, what I was saying, I had hit on some of the things that he presented. It was something to do with the fault report, where you find that when an engineer resolves the challenge, marks it resolved, but there was no any option where the user of that very machine acknowledges that this has been resolved. Also, when it comes to selecting paper type, in the system showed that you select the paper type before you get to the machine, but most of the times a paper type, a paper size, and the type, most of the times they are determined by the type of machine that is going to be used. And then I talked about streamlining, that there's a lot of back and forth in the system. So there's a need of streamlining the system so that it flows well. And then he came in with the reason as since he was getting his idea from the old format, how things are done, that's the reason as why there's a lot of back and forth in the flow of the system. But that can be handled. And then lastly, I asked Hamza where the team is, because the team, whenever we have something like this, it's always good for the team to always attend, be there, because we always have a lot to learn from these presentations. And also Simon from a different field coming into this and coming up with something like this. It's also a challenge on our side in the field of IT. So the team has a lot to learn. And I also concluded that AI is here to stay and we have to learn how to live with it. So as a team, still we have to also look into this direction so that we can be in position to contribute and to grow career-wise. In summary, that was my submission. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Jeff, for the submission. It was indeed very powerful. Yeah, first of all, I would love to thank Simon for the good work done. The mere fact that you're coming from a different field, yeah, an engineering field. Yeah, it is, good work done. Now, there is something, and this is from a strategic kind of perspective. You see, when we are automating technologies, yeah, moving away from manual processes to digital technologies, there is something that we normally consider, and that is optimization. Yeah. When you're dealing with manual systems, everything can be lengthy, but when you move into digital systems, you have to first do process optimization, meaning that you remove duplicates and redundancies. You don't just automate, you don't change manual processes into digital processes. Yeah. So as highlighted by Jeff, there are some repetitions in terms of processes that Simon has presented. That is one. Then two, when you look at the difference, and this is for the team to consume, there are what we call vendor-based systems, and there are what we call internally developed systems. This speaks into what Aaron submitted about, and that is understanding of code and ideally source code. Yeah, it speaks into the source code. With vendor-based systems, you find that in terms of level of customization, I'm not saying what Simon has presented is a vendor-based system, but ideally, the mere fact that some of the source code is not easily understandable or can't be customized easily, yeah, it means it goes almost towards that category, yeah. And it also has its own advantages of being able to build very fast, yeah. But in terms of understanding the code, you might find you might not go beyond some level of customization if, let's say, a requirement comes up. Then looking at internally developed or programming where you understand the code in and out, and also looking at a framework, you find that at that point it becomes very easy for you to adapt any code to whatever requirement that comes up. So those are, I'm trying to look at the pros versus the cons. Yeah. In terms of the detail of work, Simon has done some great work. Obviously, in some aspects are still lacking. But now the issue is, how do we harmonize? How do we harmonize to be on the same page? So those are my quick submissions. Hamza, I don't know if Hamza, Jeff, you can also come back so that we are on the same page. And Simon, you can also come back so that we are on the same page.
Thank you, Manager. Thank you, Manager, for the submission. Yes, Jeff, you can come in.
Yes, thank you. Yes, what manager has talked about actually has summarized it all. And yes, we are on the same page on that. It's true, a code has to be understood, because like now, like the way how Aaron stated it, the moment he succeeds and then he happens to deploy the system, that means now it will be away from the AI part. So if you have already deployed the system and it has started working, then in the process of operation, you happen to get an error, you happen to get a bug. How do you rectify that? So it goes back to what Aaron was talking about, that it's always good to understand the basics of the language. That as soon as you understand that, whenever you come in across into an error, you'll be in position to rectify that. Because after deploying it, it will be very hard now to go back to the AI to rectify that directly. That means you study your code and then you get on how to rectify that. Sometimes it can be with the help of AI, but still you have to know how to provide a solution to any error that you might come across. So we are on the same page, Manager.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff, for submission. I would love to revisit Aaron. Aaron, if you can hear us, after hearing Jeff's submission and manager's submission, do you
maybe
have...
before Aaron, Hamza, before
Yes.
Aaron comes in, let
Yes,
me give you
Manager.
an example, a very simple example.
Yes.
Right now, I can tell AI to develop for me a full proposal that I can submit to Parliament to
Manager, you're breaking
request
a
for
bit.
maybe
Manager?
maybe to come up with an e-cabinet system. Can you hear me?
Manager, sorry, you... Yes. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hamza,
You were breaking a bit.
Can you? Yes, what I was saying is
Yes.
just for our consumption. Right now,
Yes.
I can tell AI to generate for me, let's say, a proposal for an e-cabinet system. And trust me, it will produce it to the greatest level of detail. But now the question is, who is now requesting for that proposal, what extent do I understand whatever AI has generated? And right now, when you look at how AI works, AI generates, but where it doesn't have information, it just fabricates. Yeah. Now,
Yes.
the bit of human intervention comes in from one's understanding to validate that no, at this point, no, AI has deceived me, or it has fabricated at this point, or it has said the truth. Now, looking at the fact that for softwares, how we normally approach it, for softwares that we use for organizations, code has to be understood 100%. Because If it is not understood, then it means that can be a weakness for information leakage. Yeah. Just imagine of a scenario whereby today the system is running perfectly fine, but because we have competitors in the country, yeah, but for some reason, maybe due to some bug that is not clearly understood, we get maybe a gap around the development flow. We're not saying AI doesn't provide solutions to development bugs, but the issue is the person interacting with the AI technology. Does that person understand 100% what they are looking for versus the solution? There is also, I'm just throwing all these ideas to you, the team, so that we can reach a record. In fact, me, I don't want to conclude with a solution, but I want you to be able to understand or to be able to appreciate where we need to reconcile around the solution. So back to you, Tim, for discussion as we try to reach the conclusion.
Okay. Thank you, Manager. Thank you, Jeff, for the submission. Simon wants to add something, then we can get to Aaron.
Thank you, Manager. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Aaron, for all your submissions. I'm picking something. First of all, I don't know whether all of us are well versed with this lovable AI. Lovable, this is how it works. You prompt it, then it gives you what you have asked it to do. So the moment you prompt badly, even when you see ChatGPT, a lot of us have failed to use ChatGPT because we don't know how to prompt, how to ask it. You can find two people, they're asking the same question, but the same AI is giving them different answers. So prompting also matters a lot in AI. I've just come to learn that. So how did I come up with this thing? I've been prompting every folder that is seen here. I've been prompting. I've been telling it that you design for me a delay analysis future, doing this and this, this and that, this and that. That's how it has come up to give me whatever I asked it for. However, there are some mistakes it can do and still can be rectified. Now, about the code or the programming language or how to understand it. I'm not a developer, I'm not a coder, I'm not a programmer, but yesterday when I talked with Aaron asked me which language am I using. So we concluded that I was using Transcribe. I think some people call it JavaScript. So he told me he's good at transcribe, something like that. So there I was like, yeah, this is the best person I think should be able to help me out such that when we get the codes, he can do his work peaceful. I integrated the Lovable project with GitHub with the integration of Superbase. Superbase is my back end, and the Lovable AI is the one giving me front end codes. So all these codes of Superbase and front end, both front end and back end, I have all those codes in my GitHub. Just a matter of downloading them, then we see how best we can utilize them. But the codes are there just to see where is an error, what can be added, but the language is transcribed. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Simon. And right now, just Tim, just to briefly remind you, Simon did submit around 4 things entirely through his submission. He talked about looking at the one that was
We've lost you.
Jeff, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. You can come again.
Okay, thank you. Simon submitted and of the major 4 things that he was looking at. During his submission, he talked about a point that was discussed with Aaron about the logins, where the Superbase database discussion came in, then the deployment discussion, then the rectification of code errors. You find that all these have been looked at briefly as the different members were giving their reactions, and then also are now working together to harmonize with to look at this system particularly. So after his submission, I don't know if there is something that has come up from Aaron's side. Aaron, would you wish to submit something, or we basically wrap this up and then we can discuss when to probably meet again?
Thank you. Thank you, Hamza.
Yes, Aaron, you can proceed. Yes, you can proceed.
Yeah, I think I really appreciate the discussion, because I think I'm also talking to the right person. Let me hope I'm already seeing 4 participants out of 5. Let me hope Simon is still online.
No,
Yes.
Simon is off.
Yes, Simon is on.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simon.
I'm sharing a machine with Simon, and the person who went off done.
It's okay. It's okay. Me, I'm just like in a verge of trying to solve a problem or make things understandable. I've used AI, Lovable, though I've not used Lovable, but there are some AI tools that are much more. They are directly linked to even the Visual Studio Code. You get, they are more advanced than Lovable. But I usually recommend. There's also this even friend of mine, just of recent. He did statistics. He's currently developing like a e-commerce platform, and usually he gets in touch with me. What should I do next? What should I do next? I usually tell them, you first understand the basics of that code, like that language. Currently, from Simon's submission yesterday, he's using TypeScript, that is advanced JavaScript. You get prompting. Those AI tools, yeah, they really depend on prompting. If you know how to ask them, they can give it well. But in scenarios, you can ask them, and you find just all of a sudden they just disorganize the whole code. Technical know-how comes in now in that AI so much. Hamza is saying something?
Yeah, can you go back from prompting? We lost you.
Oh, so like Simon said, prompting engineering also depends. Like when you're using AI tools, I agree with that. But there are also these scenarios while using AI, like in building code. You have already organized the code. You tell AI to do for you something like to fix for you something, and just all of a sudden AI like disorganizes everything. You get? Now, in such aspects, you find a developer also like finds it hard to come back and then also reorganize like the code. That's where your technical aspect or your basic knowledge on that specific language depends. Simon said he's using super Lovable uses TypeScript. TypeScript is just like advanced JavaScript. You get. Second thing, I also raise is security. Building a full stack application with AI, that is, it raises a lot of vulnerabilities online. First of all, these AI tools are open source things where many people accept them. And then these AI tools, they keep on learning every time you prompt them. Every data you give to them, they are already learning. They keep on bringing newer versions every time because they are learning using the same data you're pushing into them. Now, when you're building full stack applications for maybe companies like that, you might end up sharing your key details. There are these details we always put in our environmental variables, and then we put them into a git ignore file. I don't know if your Lovable created a git ignore file for you. There are some specific details that are not supposed to go online or outside. Now, relying on AI, it gives like exposure to those details. And you know, there are a lot of hackers outside. People are just waiting, like, to depend on the information you give online. These AI tools are good, but they also come with their negative impacts. You get? And you only understand them if you have like a developer know-how. You get? Yeah, that's why I always say AI is a good, understand the basics, and use the of front end, but going to back end where the business logic lies, then there are a lot of secrets. You can expose your database secrets, and that's why usually AI, from a developer perspective, and I think it is going to help you. Otherwise, you'll be using a system, all of a sudden the system crashes, then it will be very hard for you to start like debugging or fixing things like that. But generally, I like the way you prompted it. That is a very nice prompt engineering skill. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Aaron, thank you for the submission. As I told you earlier, I'm a student of AI, and the little research I've done, I basically know very well that security-wise, it's not good. So that's why I asked Jeff for somebody who is a developer to see how we harmonize all this. How do we come up to fix everything that needs to be fixed, from security, from the good user interface, from a lot. So that's why I came in to engage the ICT team to see, can we work better to put out this thing at least, because looks to be good, and if we don't push it anymore from here, we may lose something good in the future to come. So I beg for all your assistance as ICT team, basically Aaron as a programmer, and please, you need your assurance that this will be fully protected and it will work under your guidance. Thank you.
Okay, can I come in a bit?
You can come in.
Okay. Simon, a quick one to you. Did you attend the work market training?
No, I was not invited, sir.
In fact, that is where I'm seeing the gap. Yeah. Because almost 90 or more than 90% of what you've presented has already been developed using another system. Yeah.
Yes.
Just that yours has some finer details, maybe around production or something like that. Yeah. So
Yes.
I'm of the view, because you see, when we are doing ICTs for organizations, it is not like we are doing ICTs for individuals or for a very small company. Now, me as the manager ICT, I wouldn't go ahead and recommend a full stack developed app, yeah, end to
Yes.
end, that has been developed using AI. Yeah. Now, me, what I would do, or what I would recommend is for you, an example, to team you up with Aaron, who is doing the development, so that you look at module by module, enhance this other system that he has developed using
Mm.
using the standard frameworks that are used for developing systems, so that you come up with a comprehensive system. Number one, two things you're going to benefit. Yeah, you're going to
Yes.
benefit. One, you're going to understand the code deeper, yeah, from your ICT now language. Working with ICTs, you're going to improve your skill set in ICT, working with systems, coming up with systems, following the framework kind of perspective. You're going to learn that, but also from our side as it our system, so that it can now speak into what we might have missed and not gotten from the user. Yeah, so you're going to bring something and take away something. But now, from an operations point of view, from my side and basing on my technical expertise, I can't recommend deploying a system that has been developed using AI. It has a lot of flaws and gaps.
Okay.
But we can hear from other members and see what they have to say. Jeff, you can come in. Simon, you can also come in with your submission. Yeah, Aaron, you can also come back. You see, when you, in most cases, decision making, yeah, you don't take a decision anonymously. You decide on behalf of others. You need to appreciate their points of view and then come up with a standard point of view. I sub.
Okay, thank you, manager, for the submission. Okay, thank you, manager, for the submission. I think the one that comes out handy from the submission is that not basically going back to the drawing board, but just re-strategizing, and we are already in discussion to see how Aaron can come in. We're thinking of Wednesday, but him coming, and then we have a discussion, not an online one, but a physical one, to see how we can briefly discuss about what manager has just shared. Yes, Jeff, you can come in.
Thank you. Thank you, manager, for the submission. I think manager, what manager has highlighted on, still it brings in back. I remember there's what when Aaron was beginning to submit the first time, there's an introduction part he started with. He was like, if this is meant for studying purposes, was like, it's very, very good. Then he was like, if it's meant for production, then he's not what? That is not a perfect option. I think still it comes in with that. But yeah, what the manager has talked about is a very, very good idea. true, when you look at Simon's system, it goes deeper into details. There are some features that Simon has, that Simon captured, and those features are missing from the system that we are currently developing. So a combination of the two, Simon coming on board and then sitting with Aaron, going through Simon's system, there are very many features that we shall be in position to pick, and then we integrate them into what? Into the current system that is under what? That is under the conversion stage. And then we do what? We happen to improve it. I think that's a very good idea. Them coming together, and then we borrow a leaf of some of the features, then we put them on the other side. And also, as when Aaron went deeper into AI, he talked of some JIT file and so on, and there are some things you share through prompts when you're coding a system. Let's say it's a system that is going to go into production, that there are some features whenever you're prompting as AI is building, there are some those features are being shared by the public, since AI is always an open source. So you cannot be sure, still you cannot guarantee the security of the system. But still, Simon working with Aaron, he's going to get the basic knowledge of programming, of writing the code. And then still at the later stage, getting those skills, it will still help Simon in case he continues with AI. You'll be in position to provide a solution to the bugs that he will happen to come across on his way working with what? With AI. So if Simon is okay with that, I believe it's his opportunity to learn a lot from who? To learn a lot from Aaron. And to me, it's going to be a symbiotic relationship, because every party is going to benefit. I submit.
Thank you, Mr. Jeff, for the submission, and I think it aligns. With what Manager Juma shared earlier on. And I think at this point, Simon is in sync of what is being shared. Would kindly request for Aaron if he's able to come back to basically just seal it off, and then I think we can summarize. Sorry, this has taken quite some time. Aaron, if you're in position, kindly.
Yes, thank you, Hamza. Thank you, team. Yeah, all your submissions are correct. Manager Juma, Mr. Jeff, they are really good. Basically, I've seen a lot of modules here that makes sense. Which are not there, like on the yeah, I'm going to benefit. Simon already understands like the flow of everything on the corporation more than me, who has like little. It is going to help like in a requirement wise, or the things that are necessary, because I've already seen here. Yeah, he has things that makes sense, that are not there on the current system. They're not there because I didn't know everything into details. Yeah. So working alongside him, yeah, it's going to be so beneficial. I think that's my point regarding that matter. But everything, I think I've already even gone into details to explain every bit of thing I know. Yeah, to make sure that we understand each other well. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have really wasted time, but it is worth it. We have learned a lot here.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Aaron. Thank you so very much. Manager Juma has gone off. I thank him in his absentia. Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you so very much. It was a quick chip in, but so beneficial. And okay, from our end, Simon is in sync of the discussion. We are going to get to you, Aaron, and confirm with Manager Juma so that we plan for that physical meeting. Then we can see how to move forward. Shall be sharing updates, and then we can always revisit this call since it is recorded. We can always revisit it for learning purposes and reference purposes. Otherwise, I thank you. Thank you so much, Simon, from a learning perspective. And I think this will be, it will be a great achievement for one, you yourself, and then the department, the corporation at large, and to ensure that it brings out the objective, or it achieves the idea you had when you were initiating it. If there is really no any other submission or reaction, I would love to adjourn our session. In case there is none, we can call it a session, and then we plan when we shall have that physical meeting. I thank you, team. In case there is anything, kindly come in. If not, we'll end here. Thank you.